Good evening and welcome to the Marion City Council meeting. Today is April 15th, 2025 at 7 p.m. in the Marion City Council chambers. Welcome everyone for being here. And I would like to call this meeting to order, but begin with prayer. Reverend Al Green from the Calvary Missionary Baptist Church. If you want to make your way up to the microphone. Go ahead and turn the microphone on.
Let us pray. Lord, guide our city council members with wisdom and insight as they deliberate tonight on the business of the city of Marion. May their decision be guided by justice, compassion, and the well-being of the entire community as a whole. Give them the strength and courage to do what is right and good for all of the citizens. I ask you, Lord, to forgive all the citizens of this community of their sin that they may have committed. And I ask for your peace and unity among all that is present here in this place tonight. May God add a blessing upon you at this time. Amen. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend. And for the pledge, Councilman Mike Klein. Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Again, thank you, Reverend Green, for coming in tonight. And we're going to go ahead and start with roll call. Madam Deputy Clerk.
Kane.
Here.
Marshall.
Here.
Fordyce.
Here.
Brunner.
Here.
Klein. Devine. Here. Witten.
Here.
Cowgill.
Here.
McKinley.
Here. Tonight, we're going to go right into the community spotlight. Give me one moment here. And tonight, we're spotlighting the Indiana Wesleyan University women's basketball team. And ladies, if you want to go ahead and make your way up, Coach, the whole team, come on up. Assistant AD, Dr. Jeff Reyes, come on up. Anyone from IW, please just come all behind here and just you can spread out behind. There you go. So I have the honor to introduce the Indiana Wesleyan University women's basketball team. They are the NAIA National Runners-Up, so that deserves a round of applause right there. That is not an easy feat. I was tracking their progress all the way through, and just a couple close games there got them all the way to that championship game, and a lot of grit and determination. And the city of Marion is very proud of you. You guys are integrated with our city, the campus, Indiana Wesleyan University. And I know from those of us at the city, we're just really, really proud of you and happy that you're here tonight. So congratulations. I want to know, who's all the seniors here tonight? Okay. So we're losing a couple seniors. And everybody's coming back next year, right? That can? Perfect. Okay, sounds good. Well, we're just glad you chose Indiana Wesleyan, and it's a wonderful university, as you probably already know. And I just want to open it up for Coach Ethan Whaley. If you have any comments, can you come over here? And you don't have to put it all the way up there, but just kind of talk close to it.
Well, fortunately, I'm standing pretty close to it. No, I just want to thank you guys. Thank you for having us. This is a huge honor. And honestly, this is the first time I think we've all been back together since we were all crying in the locker room. And, it's a special thing for some of our seniors. I'm excited to see them again. Some of them, it was a really blessed 2 weeks away. Just kidding. But no, we were fortunate to make it to the national championship. I think we were 34-3. Those things are special. Those things are exciting, but what really made this year special, winning or losing that last game, that the result had no bearing on that. This was a group that was challenged coming in to be more hungry, to be tougher, because the talent wasn't the question mark. the unselfishness, the humility, and again, the hunger. You mentioned grit. I love that word, to overcome hard things. And as our staff was praying coming into this year, we didn't actually know how hard things would get. We battled injuries. We battled one of our teammates leaving in the middle of the season. Illnesses. She couldn't feel her legs for half the season. It felt like every game there was a different obstacle, and every game there was someone else that stepped up in a meaningful way. And as a coach, as a player, as anybody a part of our program, those are the things that we're going to remember, is not the wins per se, but the way that everybody just came together and worked together. And, you know, here at Indiana Wesleyan, one thing that we're so proud of as a women's basketball program, but more importantly as an athletic department, is in a world of transfer portal and NIL, culture has kind of fallen by the wayside. And again, I don't want to act like Indiana Wesleyan women's basketball is the only culture, strong culture at IWU. It's not. But we're really proud of the way that our culture kind of allowed us to dig in and be closer together. Again, accomplish something really special together that took years to build, not just 10 really good players coming in for 1 year and then dipping. And it's a special group. It was a special journey. I love these guys. They know that. So I'll leave you with that. But we're very appreciative again for this opportunity. Appreciate for all you guys do for our community. We're here one time. You guys are here, you know, weekly, monthly. I'm not sure how long or how often. All the time. You never go home. There's you know, beds in here. But no, we're so blessed. I lived in Marion for 17 years, and it's a great place to live, a great place to raise my family, and I'm proud to be a community member here, and I appreciate you guys. So thank you.
Thank you so much. And those are some great words. I hope you can take a snippet off this YouTube and use it part of your recruitment material. Say this came from the council meeting. So anyways, congratulations again. Just really proud of you. IWU is such an integral part of our community. You're part of the fabric of our community, and we're just glad you're here and really proud of you, and something that you can share with your families and your kids generations from now, and then next year you can share that you won a national championship, right? Yeah, right? No pressure. Anyways, thank you so much. We're going to get a photo with you. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to echo everything. And man, you girls, did you hear what your coach just said? That tells you how he feels about you guys. And that's why you guys are successful, because of the way the coach is, the way you girls all come together. We are very proud. Yeah, everybody wanted to win. I get it. Getting there, man, what an accomplishment. That's what you need to be proud of. And I'm going to go ahead and announce that all the seniors, I'm their agent, they're all going to be in the WNBA. So, you know, but I could probably get you in there. But anyway, very, very proud of you girls, honestly.
All right, thank you. Any other council members? All right, let's get a photo. If you want to kind of squeeze in here, Dr. Reyes, you got to be in this photo too. You can't hide. Everybody get in here, squeeze in, and then I'll have my official photographer here. And the exciting thing is that I think it'll be done by next season, but they're going to have that new arena hopefully by next season. So I'm super excited about that arena. It's already under construction, and it's going to be nice. Go ahead.
Well, Deb and I have been a huge supporter of IW sports for years and years and years, and I would just, if the community, if they've never been to an IW men or women's basketball game, they are really missing out. So I would invite the community to come out next year when the season opens and attend some games. It's a great time, and the coaches, they're not there to always win, but they're there to build a team and camaraderie and to win souls for the Lord. They really are. That's what it's all about. Thank you.
Thank you for that. All right, we don't have a city employee spotlight. I think we'll have one next meeting. Not one today, though, so we're going to move into consent agenda. Hopefully everyone had an opportunity to review everything, and if I could get a motion, I would take that.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Devine, a second by Councilman Kane. Any discussion? Madam Deputy Clerk, roll call.
Kane,
Aye.
Marshall,
Aye.
Fordyce.
Aye.
Brunner,
Aye.
Klein. Devine,
Yes.
Witten,
Yes.
Cowgill,
Aye.
McKinley.
Yes. Moving into committee reports. Do we have any committee reports?
Still fish. I have a short one while she's
go ahead.
preparing. Couple of highlights from the April 3rd Board of Aviation Commissioners meeting at the airport. The construction on the new approach lighting is complete, and the FAA has tentatively scheduled its flight check for next week. And you might recall last report, there were no bids on the fuel farm design and construction the first time around. So they're opening up again bids for the construction plans, the specs, and the contracts. The pre-bid meeting was last Thursday, and the bids are scheduled to be open at 2 o'clock on the 25th. And they're working on a backup plan in case there's another poor bid response. All this is for installation of a Jet A fuel system and a 100-octane low-lead fuel system. And the city, through some funding, is helping to pay for that. That's all I got. Your turn. Thank you.
Councilwoman Devine.
Okay, the Board of Works met last week because of the 3-week gap in there. Everything, we're off schedule, but I think in May it goes back to working out. They did some swear-ins of new officers, Troy Weiss, Danny Nally, Anthony McClung, and Luke Gordon. There was an amendment made to the scoping agreement for the downtown fire station, which was approved. The backhoe that was set up to be purchased for the street department, the low bid was approved for that. A storage building purchase for the Parks Department was also approved. And then a department vehicle for the fire department. And then I think it was 2 vehicles for code enforcement. Those were all approved by the Board of Works through the capital improvement plan. And then they discussed unsafe structures, which they've been doing at most meetings. The board did not do any additional approvals for demo. They are, I think, working with Building Commissioner Foss Knight to work through some conversations about priorities, and they're thinking ahead to what happens when money runs out. How do we make sure that everything's getting put into a proper pipeline so that we can get the most needed ones removed versus just running down a full list. And so I know they're working on that, and from what I understood, they were going to, I think the chair, Alex Heskey, was going to meet with the mayor and with Mr. Foss and I to kind of work out through some plans and to get kind of a game plan in place so that moving forward, with the money that they're given each year, they can continue to work on that blight as they don't get quite the amount of money that they've got in the last 2 years. So that's been going on with the Board of Works. We also had a Public Works Committee meeting last week on the alley vacate request that was brought to us. That was given a favorable recommendation and will be brought to us at the next meeting. And that was to allow the alley, I forget where it was, to go back to the property owners. It was pretty much 3 owners in a whole area, and it was all grass, so it was not a developed alley. And then we had the one today that everybody attended, so I don't need to go over that, I assume, but just make sure you get all that feedback back to me.
Great, thanks. For anyone watching at home or didn't watch that committee meeting for the Public Works on the alleys, because there's going to be another meeting scheduled, just more conversation. So it's not coming back to the full agenda at this point. Okay, any other committee reports? Yeah, Councilman Brunner.
Had a park board meeting, and the big thing from that came, we've got the dog park finally put together, and if you didn't see the pictures in the paper and the things that were going on, we have a community that I think is very friendly to dogs. There's a lot of people that have dogs, and the dog park's going to make it a lot more easy for them to get out and get some fresh air and get a little exercise for their pets. So we really are happy about that.
Thanks, Councilman Brunner. I'm going to add on to like the Parks Board. So the skate park that we've just been looking at, I just wanted to make the public aware that there is a community input meeting, public input meeting next Wednesday, April 23rd at 6 p.m. right here in the council chambers. Hunger Skate Parks is the one that's been designing. We have a 2D design. It's been released. It's on Facebook. It's on the internet. But there will be a public meeting here next Wednesday, April 23rd, 6 p.m. Open to the public to give feedback on the skate park, so we can knock down and nail down a design and then get a price. So it's kind of tagging on to the Parks Department there. Any other committee reports? Okay, we're going to move into unfinished business, starting with General Ordinance 6-2025, compensation for members of Marion Utility Service Board, second reading, public hearing.
An ordinance increasing the compensation for the Marion Utility Service Board members. Members of the Marion Utility Service Board receive a small salary to cover out-of-pocket expenses they may occur in the performance of their duties as board members. The last salary adjustment was made in 1995. We request the council consider an increase of $1,000 for each board position as presented in Resolution 3, 2024. Speaking, Marion Utilities Director Robin Schrader.
Good evening.
Good evening. Glad to be here again. I'll just reiterate, this is pretty straightforward, but since 1995, the annual salary of the chairman of the board has been $2,500, and we would like to recommend that go to $3,500. The other board members have been an annual salary of $2,000, and we would like to make that $3,000. So we have 7 board members in total, so that's an increase of just $7,000.
Any council members with questions? If not, then we'll go to the public hearing. If you would like to speak on this, please make your way to the microphone. All right, I'm not seeing anyone make their way to the microphone. So we'll go ahead and close the public hearing. Any council members with any discussion or questions? If not, I'd entertain a motion.
Mr. President,
Go ahead, Dave.
I move that we suspend the rules on General Ordinance Number 6, 2025.
Second.
Motion to suspend the rules by Councilman Kane, a second by Councilman Cowgill. Any discussion? Madam Deputy Clerk, roll call.
Kane,
Aye.
Marshall,
Aye.
Fordyce,
Aye.
Brunner,
Aye.
Klein. Yes. Devine,
Yes.
Witten,
Yes.
Cowgill,
Aye.
McKinley,
Yes, rules have been suspended. I would entertain another motion.
Mr. President, I move that we pass General Ordinance Number 6, 2025.
Second.
Motion to pass General Ordinance 6, 2025 by Councilman Kane, second by Councilman Calgill. Any discussion? Madam Deputy Clerk, roll call.
Kane,
Aye.
Marshall,
Aye.
Fordyce,
Aye.
Brunner,
Aye.
Klein, Devine,
Yes.
Witten,
Yes.
Calgill,
Aye.
McKinley.
Yes. General Ordinance 6-2025 has passed. Moving on to General Ordinance 7-2025, an ordinance amending General Ordinance 32-1993, second reading and public hearing.
An ordinance making the utility board a nonpartisan board. The Marion Utility Service Board is currently a partisan board that requires candidates to be selected based on the two-party political system. The utility board should be a nonpartisan board that is selected based on merit and experience. This current system also alienates independent voters or candidates that might vote for different political parties in the separate national and local election cycles. Speaking, Council President Nick McKinley.
Yes, I addressed this last meeting. I think the executive summary sums it up best. So if there's no questions by the council members, then I would open it up to the public hearing. If you would like to speak, make your way up to the microphone, state your name, address, and you have 3 minutes. Turn your microphone on, Bill.
Bill Creech, 1409 Ironwood here in Marion. I support putting a qualified associate in every position while cultivating an environment that encourages diversity of thought and avoids creating an echo chamber. Changes made, though, with the best intentions sometimes have unexpected consequences without guardrails. And I could just see at some point this becoming totally partisan because you're opening it up to anything. And I don't mean to be nefarious, but sometimes the best intentions, just like, I know this is an extreme, but with the Patriot Act, it all sounded good. And then it got taken to a different level. But if you open it up, you could have all one thought or one party control it. And while that may not seem like that would ever happen, I just ask you to maybe consider putting the proper guardrails in place to keep that from happening. Because I think it's a great idea. I think it is very inclusive, but just be careful that you don't open up opportunity for somebody down the road, not necessarily here, but in the future. So just that's my only thought on that. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome. State your name, address, and you have 3 minutes.
Linda Wilk, 1016 West 5th Street. I agree, it should be nonpartisan. I frankly think City Council should be nonpartisan in all county, at the county level, because I really feel like to have Republican, Democrat, it should be the best person. So, thank you.
Thank you. Public meeting still open? Public hearing? Anyone want to speak? I don't see anyone moving, so we'll close the public hearing. Any council members, questions, input, comments?
Mr. President,
Go ahead.
I did a little bit of research and went back, probably went back 35, 40 years, asked questions. Has this ever been a problem with politics on the utility board? And the response was no, it never has. So I'm pretty confident that moving forward, this won't be a problem. If it is, we'll address it at that point in time. Thank you.
I appreciate that input, and I agree. If it became a problem, we have the rights to come back and put that back in place, change it. So, and you know, I will let the public know that the utility board isn't just all the mayor's picks. So the council gets some picks, the mayor gets picks. So it is a diverse group. of selections with alternating, rotating seats. They're not all appointed at the same time, so I think that's kind of what helps kind of break that up. We have different council elections that might change who gets chosen for those seats that the council fills. You have different mayoral elections that they get to choose different people to fill as well. So I think that rotation there is pretty good. If it was all at one time, maybe I'd have a little, then you stack it all at one time. But the way the system's now, I think it's in a good spot. So any other questions, comments? If not, I would entertain a motion.
Mr. President, I would like to make a motion that we suspend the rules on General Ordinance 7, 2025.
Second.
Motion to suspend the rules by Councilman Cowgill, a second by Councilman Brunner. Any discussion? Madam Deputy Clerk, roll call.
Kane.
Aye.
Marshall.
Aye.
Fordyce.
Aye.
Brunner.
Aye.
Klein. Devine.
Yes.
Witten.
Yes.
Cowgill.
Aye.
McKinley.
Yes, rules have been suspended for General Ordinance 7, 2025. I'd entertain another motion.
Mr. President, I now move that we pass General Ordinance 7, 2025.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Cowgill to pass General Ordinance 7, 2025, second by Councilman Brunner. Any other discussion? Madam Deputy Clerk, roll call.
Kane.
Aye.
Marshall.
Aye.
Fordyce.
Aye.
Brunner.
Aye.
Klein.
Yes.
Devine.
Yes.
Witten.
Yes.
Cowgill.
Aye.
McKinley.
Yes. General Ordinance 7, 2025 is passed. Moving on to General Ordinance 9-2025, an ordinance for political signs, second reading and public hearing.
An ordinance addressing political signs. This ordinance is to amend an existing ordinance to allow for political signs to be placed in the city right-of-way property without obstructing vehicular traffic visibility. The current ordinance does not allow signs to be placed in the right-of-way property located in front of someone's property. Speaking, Council President Nick McKinley.
Well, I think that executive summary was well written because I wrote it. It's like you write your own story. It's always good. We have fun here. So yeah, I mean, this was something that when I was campaigning, I just had a major issue with. I don't want to beat a dead horse. I just think if I have to mow it, I should be able to put a sign there. If I can put a realtor sign there, I should be able to put a political sign there. It continues on and on. There are, like I said, in the ordinance, some stipulations to have it a certain distance from the curb. It can't be obstructing view. So if there is a complaint, say the police department gets a complaint or the police department is at an intersection and there's a political sign blocking view, then that ordinance allows them to address that with that resident and say, you need to move that. It's got to be offset a certain amount of feet. So there are some safety precautions in that as well. So any council members want to add anything before we go to public hearing? Okay, we'll go ahead and open public hearing. If you'd like to say something, you can make your way up. You guys are making it easy tonight. Nobody's making their way to the microphone. So we'll close the public hearing. Any last comments or questions from the council members?
Mr. President, I don't know if Donald Trump's running another term, but I've seen Donald Trump signs all over Marion still, so I didn't know if people were putting those back up or not, but it's probably time to take some of those down.
Well, my advice would be to download the City of Marion app, and you can file a code enforcement complaint through the City of Marion app, because it actually is out of compliance. You have to have the signs down, within 15 days of the election. So if you still have your campaign sent out in your yard, you probably want to take that down before Jim downloads the app and makes a complaint. Okay, anything else? All right, if not, I would entertain a motion.
Mr. President, I would like to make a motion on this very well-written summary on General Ordinance number 9, 2025. I'd like to suspend the rules.
Motion to suspend the rules by Councilman Cowgill, a second by Councilman Kane. Any other discussion? Madam Deputy Clerk, roll call.
Kane,
Aye.
Marshall,
Aye.
Fordyce,
Aye.
Brunner,
Aye.
Klein, Devine,
Yes.
Witten,
Yes.
Cowgill,
Aye.
McKinley.
Yes. Rules have been suspended. I would entertain another motion.
Mr. President, I would now like to make a motion that we pass this very well-written summary, General Ordinance Number 9, 2025.
Motion by Councilman Cowgill to pass General Ordinance 9, 2025, second by Councilman Kane. Any other discussion? Madam Deputy Clerk, roll call.
Kane,
Aye.
Marshall,
Aye.
Fordyce,
Aye.
Brunner,
Aye.
Klein, Devine,
Yes.
Witten,
Yes.
Cowgill,
Aye.
McKinley.
Yes. General Ordinance 9-2025 is passed. I thank the council for the unanimous support on both of those ordinances that I've brought forward. Moving into new business, there was additional appropriation 4-2025 first reading that it was requesting $250,000 for more blight elimination. But in light of Senate Bill 1 that was just signed into law today, reducing property taxes, the mayor has requested that I table this for now so we can get a better analysis of how that's going to impact the city, so we can maybe have a little more of a plan on what that's going to do to our expenditures in 3 years. So I'm going to go ahead and table that since we haven't gotten through a first reading yet, and Mayor will bring it back when he's ready. And so that's it for new business announcements. Just another reminder, the splash pad groundbreaking is April 21st at noon. And again, a reminder, the skate park public input session will be April 23rd at 6 p.m. right here in the council chambers. I will be here, Hunger Skate Parks will be here, and they'll be presenting the design, or the initial design for that, and getting input on any tweaks they need from that. Any other council members with announcements?
The Earth Day is going to be on the 24th at the park, along with the Story Walk grand opening.
At 4:30.
Thank you.
All right, what day is that again?
April 24th.
4th, okay.
Thursday.
Thank you.
So I've got it right here. Story Walk. Enjoy a story together as you walk through the park. Ribbon cutting ceremony, April 24th at 4:30 p.m. by the pond at Motter Park. There you go, Councilman Klein. Got you. Any other announcements? Okay. I would entertain a motion.
Mr. President, I move that we adjourn this meeting.
Motion to adjourn by Councilman Kane, a second by Councilman Klein. Any other discussion? Madam Deputy Clerk, roll call.
Kane,
Aye.
Marshall,
Aye.
Fordyce,
Aye.
Brunner,
Aye.
Klein,
Yes.
Devine,
Yes.
Witten,
Yes.
Cowgill,
Aye.
McKinley.
Yes. We are adjourned. Thank you for coming.